You're a piece of shit. That's what you're doing.
Why would someone who supposedly got tricked into making fun of your supplement then go into my comment section and continue making fun of your supplement?
Obviously, we know this is libel. Obviously, I could sue him.
You didn't write that paragraph, Greg. You can't even pronounce misrepresentation. Just look at his face. Okay, that right there is the face of a man with a guilty conscience who knows he's peddling snake oil.
Growing up is realizing that Coach Greg was right all along.
Drama, 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 drama. Everybody loves drama. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the Anabolic Stick and Greg Doucette beef, if you can call it that. That's been going on. It's mainly Anabolic Stick calling Greg a snake oil salesman because of the Turkesterone. Greg Doucette replying. I really wanted to get into the last two videos, both being response videos. I like both of these fitness influencers. I guess you can call Anabolic Stick an influencer because he's essentially faceless from as far as I know. Let's get right into the drama because everybody loves drama, right?
I mean, it's alright, like...
If you have 60 seconds, I'd love to share it with you. You got a minute?
I'm actually really busy making a video right...
So the name of the supplement is Turkesterone.
And so as far as being included in the Scott Herman video, let me just read that first. Stick asked if I wanted to do a silly skit like Wolf of Wall Street. I had no idea of the context of the video outside the skit.
We got Scott Herman claiming that he was completely bamboozled into making that video with Anabolic Stick.
That's crazy. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I've been telling these folks, man, you need to get your life together.
Apparently Greg Doucette, Scott Herman are friends. He didn't know what the video was about. Me seeing the video, I don't know how you don't know what the video is about, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
But it really does have steroid-like effects. Yep, you can hate me. You can write right now. Get into your comment section right now. Please write comment. I'll pin the best comment. Coach Greg is a liar. Craig is a liar. He just cares about making money. The Twig literally used this video intro in his video, but stopped and did not show this highlight text. If you're using this clip while editing a response video to this claim, please ensure that you faithfully represent the statements made, avoiding any misrepresentations.
And so immediately Greg calls out the Anabolic Stick. Please make sure that you include this text because that's not what I'm actually saying. And it is true, Anabolic Stick did not include that text in his video. So you could immediately chalk this up to bad faith and just trying to go at Greg.
And so I literally explained with words over the video, explaining exactly what I meant to make sure that not a single soul would think that I was saying that Ajuga Turkestanica or Turkesterone was more powerful, more potent, or equally as muscle building as steroids. He did it on purpose, maliciously, with intent to lie and deceive you. Now, obviously we know this is libel. Obviously I could sue him, but again, I'm not going to. Now,
but why not just sue him then? I would sue the heck out of that person. And Greg's just not doing it. He keeps throwing away the sue word around, and he's just not doing it. Maybe it's time to do it.
Placebo group in the study, despite training for 10 weeks, somehow managed to lose muscle, according to these machines.
All of these studies were using a copycat plant, not Ajuga Turkestanica, but rather cyanosis. The copycat plant taken from China, the one of which myself, as well as Derek from More Plates, More Dates, as well as C-Bomb, Chris Bumstead. And so what was actually being sold formerly, what we thought was the Ajuga, we thought was Turkesterone, were actually anti-steroids now. Anti-steroids, they still in fact do work, but simply not as well. And so when you purchase Ajuga Turkestanica, aka Turkesterone from Uzbekistan, it's like getting a television quality of 4K in comparison to rest in 480p or perhaps 720. Mine is better than the rest, and I hate to break it to you, I actually paid thousands of dollars to have a million competition tested. The video has been drugged yet, but it's already recorded, and they never even made anti-steroids. They never had Ajuga Turkestanica, they never had the cyanosis. So you're all spending millions of dollars on supplement companies cashing in on my actual quality Ajuga. So I'm sorry to tell you, but if you're purchasing products of side supplements, you most certainly are getting ripped off. And so again, code employee member.
I'm not even going to too much talk about this science side of the Turkesterone thing because I have no idea. I have seen More Plates, More Plates. I keep saying More Plates, More Plates. Was selling fake Ajuga Turkestanica, and apparently Greg has the only real one. But the problem is just because something is factually real doesn't automatically mean that, oh, that's the one that works. I have seen other people try Greg's Turkesterone and have had good words about it. I think there's only one way to figure out if it works. Greg, you should send me some Turkmax, and I will tell you if it works.
Greg, on the other hand, realized that fourth supercar wasn't going to buy itself and decided that the best way to market his plant supplement was by claiming that it's more effective than anabolic steroid.
Did you just hear that he said that I said that Turkesterone was more effective than anabolic steroids? Said it's far more effective than creatine. Have I said it works better than testosterone, masterone, equipoise? You name it. No. It's almost as bad as when you lied saying, I would never promote Cal AI.
I turned the sponsorship down because I didn't believe in their product. I don't believe that AI can accurately, count the calories within any given meal, considering certain, invisible ingredients like oils and, cooking oils, butter, whatever.
Before we get into that, just a quick word from today's sponsor, Cal AI.
I'm not going to shame too much people that will talk bad maybe about a company and then maybe get offered, from what I've heard, really, really good money to make a promotion for a brand, and then they take it. If you're broke, it's a bit different. Okay, Greg? I don't have Lamborghinis. I didn't sell 100,000 cookbooks. It's a bit different if you actually have to struggle, and even you know what it feels to struggle. You know what it means to do whatever to make the money.
Why would they keep rebuying it? Like, let's put on our thinking caps. If it didn't work, these customers that keep rebuying the supplements that love it, for example, Will Tennyson, who made a video, talked about how effective it was and how he's still using it today. Would Will Tennyson lie? Do you think that I paid him somehow?
The value of something oftentimes is determined by your own ability to get said item. So Will, how much money does that guy make? Millions off YouTube? Buying 50 bucks of Turkesterone for what, 2 weeks or something like that? It's nothing for him. For the regular person, that's really expensive, and arguably way, way, way more expensive than running a cycle. So I think this is also the part of where this like snake oil thing comes out, because people make really, really big claims about it, and it's so expensive that realistically it's only maintainable for like the top 5% of people that would otherwise buy other fitness supplements like creatine or protein or things like this.
Makes it even more ridiculous is that you don't even start to see gains when you hop on gear until about a month into your cycle, because it takes a while for said gear to kick in.
Babe, he just said that you don't get gains on steroids until a month because it takes a while to kick in.
Coming from a natty that doesn't...
This is why you don't listen to naturals.
It's not, I don't think Turkesterone, from what my understanding is, it's not something like you take and you take and you take and then it like saturates in your body and then over the course of weeks you will feel it. Hussein Farhat is for another video.
Did I say that I gained 4 pounds of muscle per month for 4 months, equaling 16 pounds of muscle? Did I say that this muscle growth is indefinite? Perhaps you use it and you gain 3. Perhaps you gain 2. Perhaps you gain 1. Perhaps you didn't gain any. Perhaps you got shredded.
Anything you take in a pill form is not long term unless you're taking like antibiotics or something that you have to keep taking. I've heard the same thing when they've talked about oral steroids, is that people literally take them right before they work out so they could feel it in the workout. If you take a painkiller, you feel it within 30 minutes. It metabolizes way faster.
There's no way his audience metrics is accurate. I saw 5% of people are between 13 and 17. Are all these older adults that believe this? Are they actually this stupid? Are you this dumb?
When Greg was first coming up, he used to get more hate from like professional bodybuilders and like these like old heads of the industry that used to hate that he would call it main gaining instead of saying you need to eat big to get big. And like bodybuilders used to hate that and go against him, but then every time he had a talk with them, they actually realized that that's exactly what bodybuilders do. You realize that most of them don't get super fat. And now it's more from the industry because he's found like this snake oil salesman, but he's not actually, I don't believe Greg was even the first guy that started selling Turkesterone. I believe that was actually more plates, more dates. And now the only thing that's come out is that every competitor that Greg Doucette has had in the Turkesterone market has basically sold you bunk. And Greg is the only one that's actually sold the product that he claims is in the bottle. Now here's the question, right? Do you call someone a snake oil salesman when they sell you exactly what they said they're gonna sell you? And they say that it's obviously not as studied as something like creatine. He's even giving you the benefit of the doubt of giving you a money back guarantee. When you look at the product, it's very highly rated. When everyone on YouTube that has tried it, they have actually been happy with the results. Can you claim that Greg has just paid everyone off? I don't know if Greg has that much money to pay off competing industry members or to pay off someone like Will Tennyson that's arguably way more popular than Greg. Is he really paying all these people off? How much money do you need to spend to pay all these people off? Greg, I'm telling you again, you just need to send me a batch. I want to know that it works. I will be the guinea pig.
Genuinely thinks they're brainlets made to siphon money from, equating his natural plant supplement to the highly androgenic, highly anabolic cattle steroid, Trenbolone.
I didn't compare it to Tren. I said, Tren has no human trials proving that it works, but yet we still know that it works. And so what I'm trying to say in saying that is, if there are no human studies proving that Tren works, does that mean that Tren doesn't work?
Would that count as whataboutism? There's no studies saying that Turk works. Well, what about Tren? There's no studies saying that Tren works. Well, I don't know how much of a study you need to know that it works. I have yet to see Turkesterone also become like this grand thing that everyone does. So that's also where my doubt comes in. And like I said, it might be due to the fact that it is a stupidly expensive supplement. And I understand why it's so expensive. Really hard to source. It's a natural, technically, supplement that apparently gives way better results than creatine or anything else that you can do. So I understand why it's so expensive. But how many laymen are out there that can actually actively keep using Turkesterone? Because I couldn't.
I just wanted to show this amazing Freudian slip he had when he was explaining why he wouldn't fund research for Turkesterone himself.
Let's see this amazing Freudian slip. Let's see if it was actually a Freudian slip.
Wherein he indirectly calls himself a scammer by referring to his competitors as all the other scammers.
So why should I have to spend all my money to help all the other scammers of the world when I'm already selling plenty, more than enough? And so imagine this. Why should I have to spend all of my money helping all of the other female influencers of the world? Does that imply that I'm a female influencer?
You're pulling straws there, I think, Mr. Stick. What should I call you? It's a bit weird because I can call Greg Doucette, or Coach Greg. What do I call you? I'm gonna call you AS Stick, because I don't know if you're actually anabolic.
I'd like to thank the Catabolic Twig for making this video and giving me the opportunity to explain all of the money back guarantee and the $50 gift card. Acknowledge the fact that he has highlighted how it's actual Ajuga turkestatica from Uzbekistan, unlike Derek and others, and that we've been vindicated with actual Ajuga.
Pretty juicy, and like I said, when you're watching this video, I would actually recommend you go watch the drama from before, because it's a lot to react, and a lot of people maybe have already seen the stuff that's happened a year ago, maybe even seen this video, but now recently, Anabolic Stick finally gave a reply, and I was actually shocked. I really wanted to see the reply, because when I watched this video from Greg, I was almost sure, like, dang, he kind of tackled everything. What is there to say? He even threatened to sue again, but won't sue. So let's see what Mr. Stick has to say.